I'm sitting on a plug. Let's move that. How's this thing doing? This thing's fine. All right, we got a show. We got a show. It's Monday. Definitely Monday. All right, where are my notes? Here we go. Good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, August something. What is today? August 26th, 2019. My name is Jeremy, and this is my first cup of coffee. Usually I know what day it is. I didn't know what day it was. I was confused. Spent a lot of time in the car this weekend. In training. Spent a lot of time training this weekend. And I'm sore. I'm beat up. This shoulder hurts. My forearms hurt. I'm not sure why my forearms hurt. I was with some people and we were beating on each other and it was great. It was good times. Let's see, what else? I want to give a shout out to Joey, in case he's watching, for fixing my steps. He did a great job. They're awesome. At one point he said he downloaded this show. I don't know that he listens, but he said he was downloading it. So just in case, thank you, Joey. I'm really impressed. There's more to do. There's always more to do. It's going to be a busy Monday. There's a lot going on. I got a couple meetings. I'm recording an episode with someone. We're trying to catch back up on the backlog. So the episode that just came out today with Mr. Ludi Lin, which if you don't know that name, you're not paying attention. Ludi Lin has been in a number of shows. He was also one of the Power Rangers in the most recent iteration, and he was just signed to play Liu Kang in the Mortal Kombat reboot. But we got him. Talked to him on Friday. Awesome episode, awesome conversation. And it's out today because we ran out of a backlog. Summer was tough, but I got an interview today, I got an interview tomorrow, and we should be catching back up. I like to have, 3 to 4 episodes in the can, ready to go, just in case something happens, like the 2 no-shows I had over the last 3 weeks. Oh, people irritate me when that happens. That's okay. But here it is. It's Monday. It's another day. I got a good cup of coffee. The leaves are starting to fall from the trees, and I don't like it. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for it to be fall. I want more summer. It's all right. I'm going to take some time off. So I'll let you know ahead of now. I don't know what's going to happen with First Cup on next Monday and Tuesday. Because starting Friday, I'm taking off. I don't know where I'm going. Be perfectly honest. I might come back here once or twice to sleep, but there's some things I want to do, some travel around New England, some things that I am obligating myself to do. And who knows where I'll be Monday and Tuesday. I'm going to do my best to give you a show. That might be from a Dunkin' Donuts parking lot or something, but so be it. There are worse things in the world, right? Well, there are some questions, and I'll answer them. What's going on today? I'm going to go to Taekwondo this evening. Knock on wood. Barring something blowing up. If I don't get all my work done in time, I won't. But I'm trying to. Fingers crossed. See what happens. I left my tablet unplugged over the weekend, so it died. So I had to plug it back in to get it working for this, and we're at 7%. But that's enough juice to turn it on, and we can read these questions. Remember, if you want to ask a question, drop it below. I'll answer it tomorrow. First question. What do you think was Bruce Lee's greatest accomplishment? Leading off with some heavy stuff. Okay. Bruce Lee's greatest accomplishment was to. That cough is still there. Driving me nuts. It's getting a little better every day, but I'm shocked. It usually doesn't take me this long to recover. Bruce Lee's greatest accomplishment is weaving into popular culture at such a level that everyone knows who he is. That when a huge part of the world thinks about martial arts, they think about Bruce Lee. Now, I'm not saying that that is necessarily good, but more than 45 years later, the most famous martial artist on the planet is still Bruce Lee. 45 years after his passing. He is the archetype of what many people think of as a martial artist. When we talk about martial arts radio, it's hard to get through an episode without mentioning his name. Between his movies, between his contributions via Jeet Kune Do, he inspired and continues to inspire a lot of people. And that's pretty phenomenal. I don't know that you can say, I can't think of another industry where the most famous participant, close to 50 years later, close to 50 years after their passing. English words, Jeremy. I can't think of another industry where the most famous participant has been passed on for 50 years. If you ask people about music, it tends to be spread out, right? There's no one person says, oh, well, Beethoven. Everybody's got different examples there. Sports, any sport, writing. And I think that that's pretty amazing. I think it's held us back as an industry, but it's done a lot of good. So I think that's his greatest accomplishment. Next. Where do you see Whistlekick in 5 years? In 5 years, I see us with a complete line of products that are in stock. I see us with a number of offerings for martial arts schools to help them grow and expand, and those are the same word. I see more content, podcasts, video, books, and hopefully more events. The events that we've done have been well received, but they are incredibly time consuming and costly. There are some things I want to do with events. But we need a bigger foundation. And part of having that foundation is making enough money that I can bring on more people who can help me get these things done. Because I'm tapped out. I can't add more. So the things that I'm doing are in an effort to grow revenue-wise so we can add people. Because it'd be great to say, okay, here's the deadline, here's the thing, here's my outline for it, go make it happen. I will probably be doing martial arts radio still. I don't know that I'll be doing this show still. I like doing this show, but it may morph. It may change into something else. And I'm fine with that. I don't have any plans right now to stop it. But when I look out, yeah. All right, final question for today. Is there such a thing as overtraining? Yeah. Yeah. Overtraining is when you do too much habitually or consistently, and your body's not able to recover from it. For some people, overtraining comes when you work out 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. For others, overtraining is your third or fourth hour in a week. It varies widely depending on who you are, where you're at in your life, how well you eat, how well you sleep, the other things that you're doing. Bottom line, overtraining is under recovering. So the more priority you put on recovery from your training, whatever kind of training that is, the easier it is to keep training. Overtraining tends to be a systemic problem, and that's the biggest issue with it, is that because it's systemic, it tends to come when people have a habit, when they're consistently doing something, and thus it's hard to get them to change. I've always gone to class 5 days a week. Well, you also used to sleep 9 hours or 8 hours, and now you sleep 5.5. Or that was before you started going through that stressful personal time. Or that was back when you had a job at home and you were able to prepare better meals, but now you're on the road more and eating crummy food. All of these things contribute to your recovery, so they matter. How do you know you're overtraining? You hurt going in to your workouts all the time. You don't feel like you're progressing. You're starting to notice aches and pains aren't going away. They're just kind of hanging out. For me, I get irritable. I'm always tired. Those are some good ways to look at it. Most people aren't overtraining. A lot of people will use that as an excuse. Oh, I don't want to overtrain, to not work out. It's probably not an issue. But for some people it is. If you're being honest with yourself, if you're paying attention to your body, it's hard to overtrain. So, those are good questions. 3 varied questions. I like that. I want you to ask me some questions. Drop them below. I'll answer them tomorrow. Oh, my neck is tight. That's what you get for getting thrown around for an hour. We were beating each other up on some mats. It was great. Loved it. All right. I'll give you homework in a moment. It's a shorter episode today. Don't forget, we do the show every weekday morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube. We can catch it later at firstcupwithjeremy.com or in your podcast feed. Now, homework. Let's talk about that for a minute. Let's talk about legacy. So we talked about Bruce Lee being around even after his death, being such a symbol in the martial arts. Good morning, Jordan. I hope you have a good day too. We don't tend to think of our legacy until we get older. And when we think of our legacy, we're often thinking about our family, or maybe we're trying to leave something bigger. But your legacy is every day, what you leave people with. You don't have to die to leave a legacy. How do people look at you? How do they think of you? How has the world changed from your presence? And that's something that you can address every day. It doesn't mean that you necessarily walk around and give everybody money. It doesn't mean that, hey, I'm gonna share what I've learned with everyone. No, your legacy is an accumulation of the experiences people have had around you. So it's about being a good person. It's about being nice, not being a jerk. Helping people a little bit every day. we tend to get wrapped up in this belief that we have to do these big things. But the little things are easier to accomplish. They're simpler to do on a daily basis. And they add up to more over time. So today, I want you to find a couple opportunities to do something just a little bit. What's a good example? I've given the example before of paying for the coffee of the person behind you, or paying the toll the person behind you. Smile and say hello to someone. Send an email to somebody that you haven't talked to in a while. That little stuff is so powerful because it adds up. And we don't do it because it doesn't add up right away. We put it at the bottom of the list. Well, if it's always at the bottom of the list, it's never going to get done because there's always too much big stuff at the top. If you took a look at my calendar, you'd see that there's a lot of little stuff. And I get through it. Because if I only do the big things, nothing gets done but the big things. So, I think I'll leave it there. I hope you have a good day. I'm going to go drink my coffee, take out the trash, and get started on my day. Take care. Peace. Oh, Jordan's saying, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus really is. Yes, love it.